Hi guys, we are here with Dixie. In this video, I'm going to go over releasing your dog from their crate in a calm state of mind. So Dixie here is doing great with all of her commands. Her main issue is that she is just always happy. She is always wiggly. She is always has a smile on. Her tail is always going. This is actually super calm for her. Normally, when I first walk up to her crate, she might even do it now. That's more what she'll do. So she gets all excited. She jumps up all up on the door, all that good stuff. So the most important thing is getting your dog to understand that if you want them to relay a calm behavior, you need to reinforce that behavior. Dixie is only going to show the emotions that she is instinctually, she wants to do. She's just a dog. She only knows what she thinks is natural. So if we want her to be calm, we need to show her that only good things happen when she's in a calm state of mind. So releasing her from her crate, you can tell she's already getting better with this. She already realizes that she's not going to get to come out until she's sitting. So what I do is I tell her to sit. Now, as soon as I go for the handle, you can see she starts getting all excited, right? So it may take a couple of minutes, but that's okay. The first few times you do this, then she's going to really start to understand that this is normal. See, she goes into her sit before I even said it. So what I do is I go, Dixie, sit, Dixie. I'm going to get her attention. Sit. Good girl. Now, every time she tries to jump up from her, sit. I'm not going to use a lot of words. I'm not going to use a lot of emotion. I'm just going to reinforce calm. If we want her to be calm, we have to be calm. Wait. Wait. So I calmly open it. Now I already have my slip lead ready to go. I've already made a circle, so I'm going to hold it with my foot to show you. I've already made my circle so that when she comes out of her crate, she can just go right through the circle, right? So Dixie, easy. Wait. Wait. Okay. So I'm going to use my foot right there to make sure that she doesn't get to come out, right? Slip that over her head. Dixie, sit. Dixie, sit. Easy. Good. So now as soon as she comes out, I'm even immediately going to use a sit position using my slip lead to reinforce calm. You come out of your crate calm, you keep going calm. Okay. Now that she's out, you can see she's already wants to go to that pole position. She sees my cat, she's all excited, right? So we're just going to reinforce calm. Dixie, sit, easy. Right? And then we would go to the door and we would walk slowly to the door. And then I would put her in a sit at the front door and do the same thing that I just showed you, releasing her from the crate, but releasing her doing a wait position at the door. So you put her in a sit. And then what I do is I would start playing with the door handle right now. And as soon as she pops up, I reinforce that calm using my slip lead. And then I'll slowly start opening the door like I did with the crate. And then when she's calm and the door is open and she's not trying to burst through, you see I have no pressure on my slip lead. She's doing this all on her terms, right? So she popped up, reinforce. And then I'm going to say, easy. So with most of my dogs, what I normally do is I say, okay. With Dixie, I've reinforced easy with her. It's really okay when I say, okay. Normally I say it with a lot of enthusiasm. And what that does is, reiterates to her that she can, get all excited now. Because again, she's going to match my emotions. If I'm excited, she's going to be more excited, right? So I've reinforced easy with her as my release. So again, put her into her sit. And then I can say, easy. Right, and then we can move together nice and slow. She's going my pace. Right, she's getting close to the cat, so she gets excited. But again, this is good to show you through distractions how to reinforce calm around distractions. Right now, she's clearly focused on the cat, right? So instead of having her, if I tried to move forward, what would she do? Bolt towards the cat, right? She wouldn't just turn and look at me all of a sudden, right? So instead of moving forward now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply spatial pressure to her. So notice as soon as I stepped in front of her using spatial pressure, she tried to do an avoidance tactic, which is looking around me, right? So I'm going to back her up a little bit. And when she looks at me, now I have her attention. Dixie. Now that I have her attention, we can move together slowly. Dixie, sit. Easy. Good. So there you have it, guys. That's a little demonstration on how to reinforce calm behavior as far as using the crate and releasing her from the house in a wait or a sit stay before we leave the house. So what that does is really reinforces that we're not going to exit your crate until you're in a calm state of mind. We're not going to leave the house until you're in a calm state and focusing on me. Another thing, just while I'm here, while I want to show you, is this kind of snap and release thing. So when I take my dogs out to go to the bathroom, what I usually tell some of my clients when they're first getting used to using the slip lead and understanding that pressure has to mean something. So if she feels pressure, we can never let her pull. Like right there, if I let her continue walking with pressure on the leash, we're explaining to her that sometimes it's okay to pull through pressure, and other times pressure means you need to go into a sit position. That's going to be super confusing for a puppy. We have to have her understand that pressure means red light, loose leash is green light, right? So when you take her out to potty and we don't need her in a perfect keel position, you can say, okay, now as soon as she gets to the end of the leash and she applies just even a little bit of pressure before she starts pulling, right? When you first feel tension like that. So you can see, I can make pressure on right now, right? She's pulling me right now. But if I just release that tension, pressure can mean something, because what I can do is I can give her this little pull and release. Notice she came back to me because we have a very loose tension right now so that I can communicate with her when I need it. So I do this pull and release, right? Snap and release. With her, you could use a little bit of tension because she's a strong girl. Right, so right there, before she starts pulling me, I do, pressure means something. So what I just told her was slow down or pay attention. That's our yellow light, pop, right? So that's another good thing to remember to reinforce calm behavior. She can go outside on a leash and her slip lead and still walk around and sniff and be a dog. You have to remember she's still a puppy. She's still a dog. She wants to use her nose. She's allowed to do that. That's important for her. But she has to understand that there is never a time that she is allowed to pull you on any leash. So if you're not going to reinforce that, you have to make sure that you use a different leash, just a normal buckle leash on her collar. And you can still do that same thing with a normal, right? So you can still pop and release, right? But you have to make sure that you do it every time. You have to get into the habit of doing that and never just letting her walk, when she feels pressure and you just allowing that to happen and move with her. You need to stop, stand your ground, and pull and release. Okay, so there's a good couple things for you to remember. We're going to do one more video reinforcing some other calm behavior. You can follow along for part 2. Have a good one.